this video, I'm going to talk about switching from PlayStation 4 and upgrading to the PlayStation 5. One, is it worth actually doing? And two, we're going to talk about ways we can actually do it. So the first ways that we can upgrade from PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5 is through data transfer. We can actually transfer data really easily with many different ways. So we can do network transfer, you can do cloud transfer, data transfer using hard drives. You can actually connect the two consoles with an Ethernet cable and actually transfer the data. So transfer data is super easy. Even just logging in using your password and your account details, you can easily just transfer all your games across. It's super easy and fast to actually upgrade from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5. We've done a few comparisons between the two different consoles already on this channel. And the main comparisons would be the performance comparisons and the graphics comparisons. So with the graphics, the main difference is ray tracing on the PlayStation 5, which is like shadows, minor details like seeing characters in the windows and stuff like that, and seeing reflections, water differences and stuff like that. So more gameplay motion. Those are the main differences that you're going to see. So you're going to see a lot more details in the PlayStation 5 than you will with the PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 Pro can play up to 4K in terms of gameplay, but the PlayStation 5 can play up to 8K. So there's a massive difference. There's bigger differences such as the internal SSD. So that means that with the PlayStation 5, you're getting like quicker load times. There's no load screens anymore with your gameplay. The console just doesn't make as much noise when you're playing it. It is a louder console overall, as we can hear it just in basic use. Like the fan is just going crazy right now if you can't really hear it. So with the PlayStation 4, in terms of the performance, when you're playing for even just a couple of minutes, it honestly sounds like a jet engine will just take off, and it's just not as fun when all you can hear is just just the internal fans just going nuts on the PlayStation 5 after just a couple of minutes of gameplay. Whereas on the PlayStation 5, it's a lot more silent and a lot more smoother. You'll just notice a massive difference straight away. That's the biggest thing. When I compared the two consoles together, I was like, man, the PlayStation 5 is just such a step up. And it's because of the AMD processors and, the SSD. With the PlayStation 5, we've got double the amount of cores. We've got 8-core processors. With the PlayStation 4, we've got up to 4 processors. So that's why. So it's a lot quicker, faster load times, and just smoother overall performance altogether. And I believe just using the two consoles side by side, it's night and day how much more powerful the PlayStation 5 is. So yes, it's absolutely worth it in terms of the performance. Now we can talk about the cost of the PlayStation 5. So PlayStation 5 is quite expensive. It can be up to $800 because that's Australian dollars, by the way. And that is very, very expensive. So getting yourself a PlayStation 4, even a PlayStation 4 Pro today, is actually a lot more cost affordable in terms of that. But as some people have commented on the last video, getting an Xbox Series S is actually cheaper than getting a PlayStation 4. Because the Xbox Series S can play, 4K, and you get all the latest games that are cross-platformable. And, while you're playing the Xbox Series S, you could possibly just save up more money and get the PlayStation 5. And then PlayStation 5 still isn't available to everybody. While the PlayStation 4, they did actually do a bundle where they did the COD Modern Warfare bundle with the PlayStation 4. So it hasn't fully discontinued, but a lot of the PlayStation 4 models have discontinued at this point. They're not gonna last for too much longer. I'm gonna give them a couple more years of just continuing, but they are still releasing games on the PlayStation 4. So stuff like, God of War, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and there are only certain games that are available only on the PlayStation 5 that aren't available on the PlayStation 4. So that means that, it's still in the conversation of today's world of the video game consoles. So it's still sort of worth getting it. If you're going to get a brand new console and you can't afford the PlayStation 5, but you still want a PlayStation, I would say the PlayStation 4 Pro is the one to get, because it's like the most powerful console out of all the PlayStation 4s. But if you can just get the PlayStation 5, then I would 100% just say, just get the PlayStation 5. Even the digital edition, like it's a little bit cheaper. It's $650 over here in Australia to get one. So I would say yes, get yourself a PlayStation 5. Now with the digital versus the disc definitely worth to me the extra $150, like $150. You know, you can play the Blu-ray discs, and you know, you can get PlayStation discs, and then you can resell them just in case you just don't want to use them anymore. That's just a practical scenario. Like for me, once you play the PlayStation 5, I just feel like you can't go back to the PlayStation 4 Pro. Like once you upgrade and you transfer all your data across, it's almost like, why would you want to go back when you have the updated graphics, you have the, you know, no load times, you have faster gameplay, no load screens and all that sort of stuff, and update graphics. It's just night and day, and you can play all the newest stuff. Like, why would you want to go back to this when you have this at your disposal at this point? You know what I mean? So that's why I think if you're coming from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5, like you won't want to play the PlayStation 4 after you upgrade, 100%. And is it worth the upgrade? 100% is worth the upgrade. Even at this point, we know that in the future, you know, there's going to be future games and stuff like that, and the PlayStation 4 is going to get discontinued fully eventually. And, you know, in 5 years, we're going to be playing all PlayStation 5 models. At this point, actually, in terms of statistics, the PlayStation 4 has like 100 million units sold. So it is one of the most popular consoles in the households today. And with the PlayStation 5, there are only 30 million units sold. So statistically speaking, in today's households, there are more PS4s and PS4 Pros than there are with the PlayStation 5s. So there's like some perspective for you. But yes, it is still worth upgrading to the PlayStation 5 at this point because of the gameplay and just the overall mechanics and performance of the consoles. Absolutely, it's worth it. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time.